What do we know of Brett, the new partner character in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3? Well, aside from the fact that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is real, which is absolutely unbelievable, for one, Brett might actually be the replacement for Trunks, and this might go into some Xenoverse 2 Future Saga Chapter 4 spoilers. I want to remind you guys, Future Saga Chapter 4 is not out, so this is all speculation. But it seems like Future Saga Chapter 4 is being used to set up Xenoverse 3 entirely. Seems like something bad's going to happen to Supreme Kai of Time and to Trunks, and obviously they're going to need replacements for the third game, right? Which is why all of a sudden Bulma seems to be managing things now, and the new partner, rather than Trunks being by our side, seems to be Brett. And if Brett is not a Trunks replacement, he's at least a replacement to the Legacy Time Patroller, you know, the previous version of ourselves from Xenoverse 1 that basically mentors our Xenoverse 2 selves. Brett also seems to show off that there are basically two modes in the game so far. We know there's a civilian mode where Brett is actually wearing the Crane School outfit. And not only is he wearing a Crane School outfit, which is something Tien wears, he's actually wearing a version that's much closer to the Dragon Ball Online design of it. And again, this makes sense. Dragon Ball Online takes place during Age 1000, and this game's project title was Age 1000. So, you know, you're smart. You can figure that out. And after he goes out of his, you know, casual clothes and into his combat uniform, right, with the GS logo in it, which apparently actually is Great Saiyan Squad. Now, I made this name up already. I already made that name up, and that's apparently the actual name. So at this point, Bandai Namco is actually just stealing notes directly from my videos. But Great Saiyan Squad, that's what he is. He's a part of the Great Saiyan Squad, which means maybe Time Patrollers have kind of fizzled out. The game is still called Xenoverse 3, don't get me wrong, but it seems to be kind of leaning far more into Dragon Ball Online than into Xenoverse per se, because again, no Time Patrollers, it's Great Saiyan Squad now, which is very different. Maybe further in the story, the Time Patrollers will come back, Future Trunks will show up, Supreme Kai Time will show up with her, you know, her adult design from the early concepts of like Dragon Ball Xenoverse, or they could go with the very, very popular Supreme Kai of Time design from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. That design is huge. Not to mention the Supreme Kai designs for Fu, Mira, Toa. This is a bunch of other recurring Xenoverse characters that they could bring back into Xenoverse 3 of new designs. Hell, even Demigra has multiple forms that are never explored in Xenoverse. That could all easily happen, but this video is mostly about the insanity of our new friend Brett. Now, since Brett is kind of the partner character of the game, since he most likely replaces the Legacy Time Patroller or Future Trunks, it's safe to say there will 100% be a point in the game where you'll obviously have to fight him, because you'll probably get another one of those Dark Corruption time masks that the supervillains love using, whether it be the one that they put on Timebreaker Bardock or the one they put on the Legacy Time Patroller in the end of the Xenoverse 2 story. There'll definitely be one point in the story where you get to fight Brett. There's even a shot in this trailer where he looks kind of evil with the mask over his face, and the mask over his face covers the exact same amount of space as the actual evil Time Patroller mask in the Xenoverse 2 story. Like, it still has his mouth visible, unlike the rest of the evil masks where they cover the whole face, like the one Vegeta wears and the one that Bardock wears, right? So most likely there will be a point in the story where we do get to fight him as a, you know, supervillain. But I also do want to ask, actually, if any of you know who Brett's voice actor is, please let me know in the comment section down below. Voice actors can usually tell you a lot about what the character's actually about, since, you know, they're usually hired for this specific task of conveying something that they're really good at doing. You know, recurring roles, they always get voice actors to usually voice a character that, you know, they are really good at capturing the essence of. So I imagine the same is going on for Brett. A good example is that there's one other character who I recognize their voice actor, and because I recognize their voice actor, I pretty much know the entire deal with that character in the game. So I'm not going to spoil that, I'm going to save that for a separate video, but please do let me know if you figure out who Brett's VA is. That's obviously for when the game comes out, and I think this is a solid place to end the video. Just wanted to do a really quick video about Brett and some of the things I actually captured and noticed in his design, in his character, in his story, etc, etc. So without further ado, I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, then obviously again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel. Leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. I do love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace.